little more than 5 laps left to go. There,
Robert Yates, the owner of the 28 car.
He watches as his driver comes down and leads another lap.
It's got to be tough on those crewmen. Oh, here we go. Ernie slipped going in one. Ernie slipped, and Jeff Gordon gets alongside.
That wasn't on orders from the crew. That was because Ernie missed the entrance to turn 1, and Jeff saw it and immediately went for the hole.
And something's wrong with Ernie. Something has happened to the 28 car, Bob.
Irvin slows down and is going to lose second position.
A tire. He's got a tire going down.
Irvin drops off the pace, and now Brett Bodine goes into second. Ernie Irvin heads for the warm-up lane, and Jeff Gordon has the lead.
The right front tire went flat on the 28 car.
Here's Gary Gerald.
Yeah, the crew just sagged visibly on the wall. Right front tire, you hit it right on the head. And oh, in the last 5 laps, they had 4.5 to go, Bob.
A tough break for Ernie Irvin, the NASCAR Winston Cup points leader. But again, listen to this crowd in Indiana as they cheer their boy, Jeff Gordon. Give him the win yet, because the same problem could befall him before 3.5 laps are over. And Ernie Irvin has made it to his pit to get that flat tire fixed. But Jeff Gordon, there is the tire that has possibly cost Ernie Irvin a victory here in Indianapolis.
And he's going to go a lap down. He's going to go a lap down to the leaders as he comes down pit road. Here they come.
Jeff Gordon, Brett Bodine, Bill Elliott, Rusty Wallace, and Dale Earnhardt in that order. And then comes Darrell Waltrip.
Kenny Schrader, Michael Waltrip. There we see Ernie as he exits the pits as Jeff Gordon goes by.
157 laps have been completed. There are 2.5 to go. Here comes Ernie Irvin out of the warm-up lane with the group of cars that he was running with earlier, but he does not have a chance of winning now. Jeff Gordon has a little bit of breathing room, Benny, because Brett Bodine is maybe 1.5 seconds behind.
I don't know, it's not that far, but we don't have far to go. Coming down for two laps to go, the signal this time.
This is a Cinderella story that is unfolding here. Jeff Gordon, many people, including perhaps Tony George, the president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, wanted Jeff Gordon, after his outstanding performances in open-wheel cars, to perhaps think about moving to the Indianapolis 500 and running the open-wheel cars. But instead, Jeff Gordon chose the NASCAR stock car route. And he is on his way to a victory in the first stock car race run at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And there's his crew. They can't watch.
The Rainbow Warriors did good today, didn't they? Here he comes, Bob.
Off of corner number 4, Doyle Ford displays the white flag. Jeff Gordon has 2.5 miles to go before he wins this event. It'll be his second NASCAR Winston Cup victory. He brings the car through corner number 1, okay, and onto the short chute.
There's Brett Bodine. It looks like Brett's getting a little bit closer, but does he have time? He is getting closer.
On to the backstretch now with less than 1/2 lap to go for Jeff Gordon. He eyes turn number 3.
Listen to the crowd as they acknowledge Jeff Gordon when he goes by.
It's an unbelievable situation in Indianapolis. Here he is in the 4th turn. This is his final trip around turn number 4. And Jeff Gordon is about to write his name in the racing history books. Years from today, when 79 stock car races have been run here, we'll remember the name. Jeff Gordon, winner of the inaugural Brickyard 400.
Man, oh
Jeff is screaming on his radio back to the pit crew. Oh my God, I did it! I did it! Yes! Benny, we thought we saw emotion from this kid in Charlotte. I think it'll be at least duplicated here in just a few moments.
I'm about to cry.
It is an unbelievable story that has happened here at Indianapolis today. Jeff Gordon has won the Brickyard 400, and we'll be back to talk with him in just a moment.
Here is your race summary now as Jeff Gordon gets his final inspection. Jeff Gordon takes the win at 131 miles an hour. We had 13 different leaders. They swapped the lead 21 times and 6 caution flags for 25 laps in the 160-lap run. Now, we're ready to go down to the winner's circle in front of the Master Control Tower, and here's Jack.
Well, things are a little like bedlam here, a little different than the Indianapolis 500. Taking the congratulations. Jeff, we'd like to get you out of the car as quickly as we can. We'd like to talk to you because you have made history. First it was Ray Haroon, ladies and gentlemen. And now, the name is Jeff Gordon, has won the first Winston Cup race here at the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Jeff, over here. Congratulations, a terrific victory, but tell us about the battle first.
Oh, man. What a battle. You know, we had a great car all day long, and the only car I was really worried about was that 7 car. And you know, I saw him, he had his misfortune, and I thought, well, all we got to do is just be nice and smooth and ride it here out from here. But that wasn't true. You know, we had a caution, and Ernie and the 2 car were right there, and I pulled away, but Ernie, you know, he kept loosening me up, so I let him go by, and then I get on him and eat his tires up and loosen him up. He let me go by. I tell you, I just want to commend that whole Haviland team and Ernie Irvin. He drove me a really nice, clean race. We didn't have to worry about anything. And
well, listen, we've got a very special presentation. Behind me, and behind you, is the president of the internationally known Indianapolis Motor Speedway that is now the home of Winston Cup's Brickyard 400, Mr. Tony George, for a very special presentation. Tony?
Jeff, congratulations. You've helped write history here. Your name will be the first to be inscribed on the beautiful PPG trophy for the Brickyard 400. This is yours to take home. Congratulations.
Well, from Victory Lane and Spectacular, let's go back to the tower.
The Brickyard 400 on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Team Monte Carlo, Chevy, the cars more champions trust. Napa Auto Parts, we keep America running. Pennzoil, specially formulated for today's stop-and-go driving. Stop, go, Pennzoil. And Miller Lite, new labels, same great taste at Miller Time.
The track crew has gotten Jimmy Spencer's car off the racetrack. There will be no question of whether we should go red or not because we are going green this time around. They will have 3 laps to go.
You saw these guys weaving the car back and forth. These tires are used. They're hot. They pick up all kinds of debris on the racetrack. They're weaving the car back and forth, trying to rid their car of any debris that might slide, the car might slide on when they get down the corner. You ever see, here's the leader, Jeff Gordon. You're riding with him. There's a second place car, Mark Martin, right behind him. Both cars a chance to pick up $1 million bonus if they can get to the checkered line, checkered flag first.
Green flag waves, back to racing for 3 laps at the Brickyard. Oh, and a crash up in the straightaway, and this may end things. Several cars involved in an incident before crossing the start-finish line.
But the problem is, Bob, there's a car sitting there, and it got to... Now Nemechek is moving. I thought they was going to have to drive through a car sitting on the racetrack because they're racing back to the line. The first one back wins.
The caution flag is out, but remember, they race back to the caution in NASCAR Winston Cup competition. And so Jeff Gordon is going to have to make sure that he keeps Mark Martin and Bobby Labonte behind him. Here they come off of corner number 4. And Ricky Rudd's car is very badly damaged as the caution is out, and Jeff Gordon will cross the line first to complete lap 158. 2 to go, and that could have been it.
Well, the next time, now the pace car is going to pick them up, and there's no way in the world they can clean up these cars in 2 laps that I can see. The pace car will pick them up down in the corner.
The crowd is sensing a win by Jeff Gordon, the pace car. Oh, we have a car into the wall up ahead of Jeff Gordon, the leader, under caution.
I think that might be Robert Presley.
Here's a damaged car of Chad Little here at the bottom of your screen. So all kinds of activity here in the closing laps of this race. That is Robert Presley, who's up against the wall in corner number 2. We will not go back to green because we have cars literally all over the racetrack. Here's what happened as the green was coming out.
And we see that someone just ran right in the back of, we saw the back of Jeff Green's car jump up in the air.
He was hit by Joe Nemechek, but there could have been contact before that. In any case, it littered the straightaway with wrecked race cars, with it looks like Ricky Rudd coming out on the short end of everything. In some parts of the country, Jeff Gordon is not a particularly liked driver. He is booed and jeered at several racetracks, but not here in Indiana. He has a tremendous fan following still. They love him, and it looks like he's going to become the second, going to be the driver who wins a second Brickyard 400. The white flag is out. 1 more lap to go. We will not go back to green, and Jeff Gordon will be the winner of the 1998 Brickyard 400.
Let's take one more look at this crash up there from Ricky Rudd and see what happened. And see what's going to cause all the damage to Rudd's car. Oh, I see it's Robert Presley's car.
Let's get down to Jerry Punch in the Jeff Gordon pit.
All right, Ray Evernham getting ready to watch as these cars come by. He says even with the fact that there's no way they can lose this race, his personal superstition is not to talk into the checkered flag. So watch Ray being congratulated by Andy Petrie behind me. Let's get over here to John Hendrick for a second, who is subbing for his brother, Rick Hendrick. And John, what a day, huh? What a day. Congratulations. You didn't need that one caution flag on lap 10, but this one you didn't mind.
Oh, man, this one it was okay. We didn't want any of them because we wanted to win it clean and win it straight out. What a heck of a job for the crew. Hey, Rick, brother, this one's for you. We worked hard for this one all year, buddy. This one's for you.
A lot of emotion from John Hendrick. And now Ray Evernham and the Rainbow Warriors. It is pure superstition. They know they can't lose this race. They will be on the wall as Jeff Gordon will come out of turn 4, and they will come off, leap in the air, and celebrate. That's what they've done 5 times this year. Now make it 6 times in 1998.
It'll be the largest purse in NASCAR history that is awarded to Jeff Gordon. He will win the No Bull 5. Jeff Gordon is going to become the first repeat winner of the Brickyard 400, taking honors here in 1994. About to take the checkered flag in 1998. The pace car has them in tow, coming off corner number 4. They're coming down the straightaway right now. And just to make it absolutely official, at 65 miles an hour behind the pace car, Jeff Gordon wins the 1998 Brickyard 400. And the No Bull 5 $1 million bonus. We will be back to talk with Jeff Gordon in just a few moments.
We'll see if Sterling Marlin is able to get a good jump as they come down for the green flag.
You ready? 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 Green flag.
Oh, and Sterling Marlin's will get hung behind the 66. Huge break for Jeff Gordon.
again, that's what he had to do. He had to clear that last car to get the distance. If he started racing with him through 1 and 2, those guys would have been all over him on the backstretch.
Wally, driver protocol. How long does Todd Bodine stay between the front two into the closing laps of this race?
If Jeff starts pulling away from me the next 2 or 3 laps, you got to let these guys race. And Todd knows he can't win this race, but he's got to stay close enough down and hope that there is a yellow. But if another 2 or 3 laps and Sterling's barking on my back door, I got to let him go.
Ricky Craven cleared the lap car of Bobby Hamilton that had gotten in front of him on the restart, so the third place car is now in contact with the man he's racing for position, Sterling Marlin. Somebody just had a little puff of smoke going into turn 1.
Yeah, I saw that.
Views at the Brickyard, courtesy of the United States Army, an army of one. There are 212 ways to be a soldier. Find out more at GoArmy.com.
Right now, too, you know, Jeff's in clean air, so he's putting his car where he wants. No other cars are affecting the way his car is handling. That's the place you want to be. Sterling, when he gets close to that 66 car, he may be tight, and that's going to hurt him.
There's Todd Bodine.
And that's the right thing to do, Todd. That was the right thing to do. These guys are racing for the win. Let them go.
If Jeff Gordon should go on to win this race, he will have started deeper in the field than anyone has ever done and won at Indianapolis. He started 27th today. The farthest back before was Dale Jarrett in 1996, who started in 24th position. So much for the importance of qualifying. There you go. Best come from behind win.
Rusty Wallace trying to get on the inside of Johnny Benson, back there for 4th position.
Both these cars just took 2 tires on the lap 132 stop. Johnny Benson in his first Brickyard 400 back in 1996 led 70 laps. That was in his rookie season. Up finishing 8th that day. Best finish of the season so far for Benson. 3rd place run at Texas Motor Speedway back in the spring.
See,
Ward Burton
trying to get on the inside of Steve Park. Looked like he was going to make that. And Ricky Craven, we see, is closed up right on the back bumper. There we see that battle between Dale Jarrett, Ward Burton, Steve Park, and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. And Dale Jarrett can't afford, championship-wise, to let any of these guys get by him. He's already losing positions and points to Jeff Gordon in the wash on the day. If Gordon wins the race, he can't afford to lose any more ground. If he can help it. I mean, there are still a lot of races to go in the season. But it's not going to help his cause to lose any more points today.
Looking low. Inside 22.
He may lose 2 or 3 here.
Yeah, he just might. Because Steve Park's going to follow. And there's not going to be a gap to get in, I don't think.
Now the 8 car will dive down underneath, follow the 1 car. And there's nothing he can do. The car's not going to turn up there.
Clear, all clear, all clear.
He had to roll out of the throttle.
So he lost 3 positions that lap. Up front, there's the interval. Jeff Gordon to Sterling Marlin and Ricky Craven.
Okay, here we go. Coming out of turn 2. Hard on the gas all the way down. You got a long straightaway. And what you want to do, go ahead, Kenny.
Let's look at this telemetry and see what kind of miles per hour, what kind of RPM Sterling is turning. Around 190 miles per hour, about 8,800 RPMs. I did not hear the car hit a rev limiter. If they did, he probably would hit a different switch, go to a different ignition system to eliminate a rev limiter. Down down the front stretch.
What Benny talking about a rev limiter is they don't want to turn these engines over a certain RPM, so they put in a chip in the ignition box, which cuts the engine out at, say, 9,000 RPMs.
But they also have a backup ignition switch unit. They can turn that primary off, turn on the second. It has no limiter. They can turn it any RPMs that it will turn down the straightaway. And Sterling Marlin right now is closing in on the back bumper of Jeff Gordon, just 2/3 of a second behind him.
Yellow dot on the racetrack map showing you where on the speedway he is. I would think by this point in the race with 12 to go, I'd have flipped to that ignition box with no limiter on it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he already did.
Yeah, he already did. That's why we're not hearing the limiter. Last time by, Jeff Gordon was 2/3 of a second in front of Sterling Marlin. This time, he's about 4/5 of a second. So Jeff Gordon that lap was faster than Sterling Marlin.
There's the real-time interval between the two.
Let's see where Sterling Marlin is losing distance. There he lost 2/10. Now he's back to about the same. Well, Sterling really got off turn 2 well that time.
Closed in a little bit. And at a place like this, a racetrack with relatively little banking, it's all about gaining ground in increments, in feet. You're not going to get it in big bunches.
Yeah, and you can very easily overdrive this racetrack. And when you overdrive, you know, especially when you're following 24 cars, say, you know what, I'm going to go in a little bit deeper. And by going in a little bit deeper, that's going to make the car push. And then you lose 3/10 on them.
10 laps to go. Jeff Gordon seeking a third win in the Brickyard 400.
The 22 car, Ward Burton, the fastest car of the top 10 the last time. Second fastest, Steve Park, and third, Johnny Benson. But the winner, if this stays green the rest of the way, the winner will be decided between these two cars. If Sterling doesn't run out of fuel, I don't think he should. Johnny Benson making a move on the inside of Ricky Craven for third. Oh, he's still trying to get alongside.
And here's what I talk about. You got to take away the 32's racing line. You got to be aggressive right now and take away his racetrack.
Oh, that was close.
Yep.
Benson with the inside line this time. Should get him into turn 1. Marty Snyder has more on Ricky Craven.
And guys, no matter what, this will be a great run for Ricky Craven. Their second top 5 of the season, their fourth top 10 of the season. They finished 10th at Pocono last week, and they tested a brand new car here that they really liked, but instead they decided to bring that car they ran at Pocono that finished 10th because it ran so well here in the lane. I think in 4th, 5th, wherever Craven finishes, they're very happy down here in the tie pit.
He's just lost 4th to Rusty Wallace, rather. That puts him back in 5th. And it's Kurt Busch behind him now to try and challenge for that spot. And Ward Burton.
And there comes Steve Park, that yellow #1 car. Kurt Busch off the corner. He's making a move on Craven. Looks like he's going to get position.
They're all lined up. And that's, you know, that's the thing. Kurt, whoa, here comes the 22 car. Decided that he was going to give it a shot.
Ward Burton. Inside Kurt Busch. This is going on back for 6th position. Up front is Sterling Marlin making any kind of headway on Jeff Gordon.
Not much. It's about the same it was when we left you just a few moments ago. And there they are, 3 wide. Kurt Busch alongside the Ricky Craven car, but he's about to lose that spot to 22, and Busch just drove her down in turn 3.
Oh, and here comes Steve Park.
Clear all around.
To be so young and so brave.
Still clear. Nice and smooth. Good job, man. Good job, partner.
Kurt Busch turned 23 years old yesterday.
He's run a good race all day long. He's been smart. He's been clean. He's been patient. He's going to have a good finish out of this car.
He started 34th. He's running 5th. Outstanding try in his first Brickyard 400.
I've been really impressed with the way has driven that car in on the outside of Ward Burton.
No one has been better than Jeff Gordon at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway since the NASCAR Winston Cup Series started running here in 1994.
Once again, checking out our interval, and you'll see it hasn't changed that much. It goes back from 7/10, there it is, to 3/4 of a second. It's like when Sterling's car gets to a certain point that it stops gaining.
I think he's getting into that tightness we're talking about. That aero push is hurting his car. It's frustrating for Sterling because he wants to drive this car harder, but he can't, because the harder you drive right now, the worse it's going to make it. You got to be very smooth and precise.
Fuel out of the equation for Sterling. We're pretty positive he can make it the rest of the way
if they build it.
I mean, they've had a couple of cautions. They've had caution flag laps, which, you know, you feel that you figure you can run 2 caution flag laps equals 1 green flag lap. So I don't see any reason why he would not make it. But all of a sudden now Sterling Marlin is losing some time to Jeff Gordon.
Marty Snyder has more on Sterling Marlin.
Fuel is not a concern for Sterling Marlin, but what is a concern is exactly what Wally was talking about, overdriving. On the radio, Tony Glover saying drive with a big heart, but don't overdrive it, buddy. You can't do that. Just sit right there in second. Try to drive the best you can, but hit your marks. Don't overdrive the racetrack.
5 laps to go. Jeff Gordon, the 1994 and 98 winner of this race, grew up in Pittsboro, Indiana, about 20 miles from here as the crow flies. Considers this his home track. Thought his career, which began from go-karts, quarter midgets and the like, into the USAC open wheel circuit, so prevalent in the central part of the country, thought his career would take him to Indy cars in the Indianapolis 500. But a fateful turn of events led him to driving the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Rick Hendricks snagging onto the young man. He's been nothing short of sensational since.
Robbie Lewis watching the car make one more lap down the straightaway.
Somebody needs to wake Robbie up. I think he's almost sleeping.
But you know that inside Robbie Lewis is just one bundle of nerves. This would be his first victory as crew chief for Jeff Gordon in the Brickyard 400.
You know what? Let's go to pit road, Matt.
Alan, watching Robbie Loomis sit here quietly on top of the pit box. His RPMs, as far as chewing his gum, has gone up about 150 to 200 RPMs. But I'll tell you what he told me on Friday. When he walks through the gates here at Indy, it's like his first week ever on the job as a Winston Cup crew member. He said he could not imagine what it would be like to win here. It's been his dream. He doesn't have too many more laps to wait to find out if that dream will reach reality.
And I'll tell you what, folks, I mean, I'm sorry, but when this race started, 25 laps into the race, I'd have bet the farm that Jeff Gordon was not going to win today because his car looked pathetic.
I cannot agree with you on that one, Benny. These guys are the best at getting their car tuned in through the race. I mean, they're better than anybody at it. It shows. They just keep dialing and dialing and dialing.
Again, they are very good. I just thought they had too far to go for him to be in victory lane. It looks like with 3 laps to go, he's going to make it.
Dave Burns.
Alan, isn't this the same way that Jeff Gordon looked in Pocono? When he was in traffic late in the race, his car never did anything. But when he was in clean air, he ran great. He dominated the race, and we thought he'd win Pocono.
Oh, boy, he's coming close to that wall.
I tell you what, Jeff Gordon, it looks to me like he's giving everything he's got right now. He is using this entire racetrack. To me, that's a signal he's giving 100% to bring this baby home.
First time Jeff Gordon led in this race was past halfway, lap 109. During a series of green flag pit stops, he was out front for 3 laps before he made his stop. But he came to the fore at lap 136. Robbie Loomis made the call for just 2 tires on what was their final pit stop of the race. Got Gordon out in front in that clean air, and he's never looked back.
And look at the fans when he goes by, all these Indiana fans waving him on.
Up to a full second. The advantage over Sterling Marlin for Jeff Gordon.
Look at those fans. Attaboy, Jeff, they're saying. You're one of our own.
It'll be the white flag as Gordon comes off of turn 4 and down the front straightaway.
Once again, going right up against that outside retaining wall.
Final lap of the Brickyard 400 is underway. Jeff Gordon out in front of Sterling Marlin by 1 second. He celebrated his 30th birthday here yesterday with family and friends around him. Celebrated with a rather subpar qualifying run that put him back 27th on the starting grid. The car not very good in the opening part of the race. The crew kept working, got the strategy right, got the chassis right, and now Jeff Gordon is 1 corner away from a Brickyard 400 win. The last 3 straight years, the winner of this race has gone on to be the NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion. Jeff Gordon, the point leader, comes off the corner and becomes a 3-time winner of the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. He's done it again. Jeff Gordon has done it again. A race that it looked like he didn't have a chance to win. And he winds up going to the winner's circle to hold the big trophy.
I'm amazed.
It's Gordon beating Sterling Marlin by 9/10 of a second, with Johnny Benson, Rusty Wallace, and Kurt Busch rounding out the top 5. And let's go here for the winning crew chief.
And the celebration begins down here on Pit Road as Robbie Loomis wins the biggest race of your career, Robbie. You told me you dreamed of someday winning here. Does now reality match that dream?
Yeah, I tell you, it's really special. You know, we started so bad today, and this pit crew, the guys on this team, they just work, they work, they work. You know, we had a great engine today. Rick Hendrick supplies us with great stuff to work with. Put Jeff Gordon on top of it, let him fight all day long. You get a result like this. I mean, you get in the situation, you start a race as bad as we did today. You guys saw it, and, you know, it's really great to be sitting here. We got to count our blessings. I'd like to thank the good Lord because I was praying a lot there at the end, and really worked out well.
You told me your most special memory from here was when the King came out of retirement to take a few laps. Now that you've won here, can you describe what this win means to you?
You know, it's funny there. You know, I was trying to think of different things to keep my mind off it at the end. 93, Richard came up here the first time, ran those laps around here. That was really special. I think they got the car in the museum, and Petty family's been great to me. Just very fortunate to be with this team. This team's the greatest race team, and that driver's unbelievable.
A special and emotional win for Robbie Loomis and the 24 team. Loomis prepared the car that Rick Hendrick won his 100th career win as a car owner at Michigan. This same car wins at Indy. Alan?
Thumbs up from Jeff Gordon on his 56th career NASCAR Winston Cup Series victory. Here are the top 10 finishers. In the 8th running of the Brickyard 400, we'll hear from the winner and the other top finishers when we come back on NBC. The winner's trophy for the Brickyard 400, inscribed with each victor's name. Jeff Gordon's on there twice already, and the blank panel awaiting the 3rd inscription after his victory today. But Jeff Gordon came around to the start-finish line trying to celebrate with the crowd and do a little burnout.
Jeff, you've got to hold your foot on the brake when you do it. That's how Harvick gets away with it, man.
I was listening to his radio channel. He came on the radio about here and said, I can't do it.
That might be the first time he has tried to do a burnout.
Oh, terrific. After the slow celebration lap around the speedway, drinking it in to the applause of the fans, Gordon is heading into victory lane now, and after taking the Brickyard 400, Chevy congratulates Jeff and the number 24 Monte Carlo team on a big win. Jeff will tell you the only thing that comes close to Monte Carlo's reputation on the track is its reputation on the street. Monte Carlo, more champions depend on Chevy. We'll be there. Let's go to Bill Weber.
Well, you know, Alan, I was just thinking, you mentioned how Jeff Gordon dreamed about winning here. I imagine he always dreamed about winning on a Sunday here as well, because that's when the Indianapolis 500 is usually scheduled. Well, now his first Sunday win, his 3rd win in the Brickyard 400, and this, his 56th career victory. Very sweet win for the 3-time Winston Cup champion. A great lap here, a wave to the fans. Now he will climb out and celebrate as the winner of the Brickyard 400 in 2001. you'll be able to hear the appreciation from the hometown Indianapolis fans. Jeff Gordon in victory lane at Indianapolis. His wife, Brooke, car owner Rick Hendrick. And a worn-out Jeff Gordon. How's it feel to be 30?
Woo! Oh, I think I got a few new gray hairs after today. Wow, what an incredible day. I never dreamed it. You know, at the beginning we were way off. I think most of it's just being in traffic more so than the car being off. And you know, here lately we hadn't had too many pit strategy things go for us, but today that was the key. You know, we had one caution follower way early, and then it was whether we took two or gas and go there at the end, and we took two, and it was absolutely the perfect thing to do. Car drove great once I got out front.
Who made that decision, Jeff?
Well, you know, Robbie makes all the calls. I mean, he, you know, talks to other guys on the team. He knows what's going on. He talks to me. We make it together. And, you know, we were between no tires and two tires. And, I mean, I thought that we needed two, you know. We needed some tires. If it was just one, you know, we needed it. But I just want to thank God. This has just been such an amazing week for me. You know, this is the best way to celebrate my birthday, and I just thank him for everything. But I want to thank DuPont Automotive Finishes and DuPont, all the corporate business that are involved with this team. Pepsi, Fritos, Tropicana, Chevrolet, Quaker State, GMAC. It's just been a phenomenal day. This is absolutely amazing.
Hey, yesterday you told us you don't race for records, you race for wins. What are you going after?
I got to get my foster grants out here. It's a little bright out here.
You told us you don't race for records, you race for wins, but you're the first three-time winner of the Brickyard 400 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, your track.
Thank you, Bill. It feels unbelievable. I mean, to have all these people still here cheering us on, I got choked up in the car. You know, it feels amazing. I love Indianapolis. I love the state of Indiana. It's been so good to me. And I want to say hi to all the folks out in Pittsburgh. I know they're excited and going to be celebrating tonight, but, you know, I don't know. Sometimes things just work in your favor, you know, and certainly today all the right things did. I didn't think we had the car to do it, but Robbie Loomis, Brian Watts, all the guys in this DuPont Chevrolet team, they did a phenomenal job today.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And you know, I don't race for statistics. I race to win, and if we win, then the statistics will come after that, and that's what happened today. 3 Brickyard 400. Woo!
Absolutely. Jeff Gordon is back home in victory lane. Alan.
Fourth win of the season for Jeff Gordon. Log on to NASCAR.com and play the AutoTrader.com Move of the Race Sweepstakes game for your chance to win a $25,000 shopping spree on AutoTrader.com and other great prizes. Fans starting to file out after the 8th Brickyard 400. Here are the final results. Johnny Benson, outstanding effort with his best ever Indianapolis finish. Dale Jarrett wound up 12th, losing ground to Jeff Gordon in the championship. And you will see Ricky Rudd way down the list in 39th spot after the early problems that cost him laps behind the wall for repairs. Let's hear.
You agree with the 88 team. That's exactly what they've been talking about.
Well, here it is. Pace cars off. The 250,000 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway are all standing, waiting to see how the final miles of this race play out. Green flag with 8 laps to go.
You see a little mirror driving here too, I bet. A little blocking.
Gordon pulls Jarrett by a car length. Harvick trying to get a couple quick spots in the 29.
Jeff Gordon holds serve on the start. 10 car lengths off turn 2.
Jarrett tried to defend his teammate Elliott Sadler, looking for second.
There again, that's what Gordon wants. He wants those guys behind him racing.
I think if Elliott Sadler gets alongside the 88, he will let him go. I don't think that he'll race him that hard if he can pull up alongside and let the 38 see if he can catch the 24. But he's got to catch it, 88 first.
Jeff Gordon pulling away. The question is, when he punched that hole in that front air dam, did he damage a tire any? I'm sure something he's worried about. Victory at Indianapolis is so close.
He's worried about everything right now. Jeff Gordon.
I think so. He's been so dominant today. I'll tell you, his track record, what he's established, when you come down to a race and Jeff Gordon's got a sniff of a checkered flag and a trophy, there's just about nobody better at getting the most possible out of a car to try and get that win. For now, Elliott Sadler not able to do anything with Dale Jarrett for second. Jarrett not able to do anything with Jeff Gordon for the win.
You know what? Jarrett is using all the racetrack. He came off turn 4 and almost. Did something happen to Jarrett?
Just scrape the wall.
You just said he was using all the racetrack. He is a little more.
He is trying so hard to find every ounce of speed that he can in this 88 car.
A 3-time Brickyard 400 winner leading a 2-time Brickyard 400 winner.
And right now, he's a little bit faster than Jeff Gordon.
Trouble turn 2. Caution flags out. Ryan Newman punched the wall. And who's in the black car? Is that
guy 8th in points?
Okay, the field is frozen.
There's Newman. Wow, what a hard crash he's had.
The left side has hit the wall awfully hard on the 12 car. But here is Ryan Newman jumping out of the car.
And the other one is Brian Vickers. He's mad.
Oh, he's hot. At least he's okay. He's hot, but he's okay.
There's Brian Vickers.
He's made some pretty hard contact with the outside retaining wall. Now then, we just might see our first green-white checker.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I think we will.
Caution is out with 5 laps to go. If you're new to NASCAR or you don't follow it weekly, NASCAR instituting a procedure to try and give the fans green flag finishes instead of, for example, under the old way, perhaps them following around behind the pace car for these final 5 laps because they couldn't clean the wreck up. NASCAR will go past the advertised distance and finish with 1 green-white checkered finish. They'll take a restart, then a white flag lap, then a checkered flag lap. It'll go beyond the 400-mile distance here today if necessary. They'll only try it once.
And additional laps will be counted and scored. That could be important in case someone was to run out of fuel and lose a lap. They, in fact, lose a lap. They would finish the last car on the lead lap. Right now would be about 25th, 30th position.
Okay, what happened over there in turn 2?
Good question, but I think we're going to find out.
Hard to tell by that angle.
Let's try this one.
Well, if there's 2 of them involved and they're both spinning,
yeah.
Chances are there was some contact between them.
Question, was the 12 passing the 25 on the outside, or was the 25 trying to go by the 12 on the inside?
Either way, neither driver's Brickyard 400 will finish as they hoped. Brian Vickers driving his car around to pit road to get repaired. You saw Ryan Newman out of his car over in turn 2. Jeff Gordon gets away on that restart, has his cushion. Caution comes out. Jarrett's got another shot.
It looked to me like that Jarrett was coming back on the 24 car. I don't think that this caution flag was a break for Dale Jarrett. I think he was coming back.
Jeff Gordon's been having great restarts all day long.
Gordon has led 118 of 156 laps on the day, the most laps anyone's ever led in a Brickyard 400. The previous record, 117 by the man who's chasing him, Dale Jarrett. Going to be a few minutes of cleanup here. We'll come back. More green flag racing to come in the Brickyard 400 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Brickyard 400, presented on NBC by Exxon and Mobil retailers. Under caution, yellow flag number 12 is out, perhaps delaying the opening to victory lane, where one driver is going to lay claim to that trophy just moments from now. The ground all 43 drivers starting today's race wanted to reach at the end of the day. One will do it. Jeff Gordon has been in command most of the day, but it's not over yet.
No,
got to be the best restart of his life, and it's got to be the best restart for him in his life.
Curious if any crews are a little nervous about fuel with some pending overtime looming ahead, Bill.
Just the one still in the race, I think. They're the only ones. I talked to Robbie Loomis. He wouldn't give me an exact number, but after talking to him, I'm thinking, 164 to 166, so 4 to 6 extra laps, if that's what we're going to start calling them. Dave.
That's about what they're thinking in the 88 pit as well, Bill. This is an extended, well, it's about the window for everybody under green flag conditions, even with these caution laps. But as we mentioned, the green-white checker throws a whole new thing into it. So they think they can do it for a few laps past the distance. Marty?
Same for Elliott Sadler, Bill, or Dave, who sits in third. I told him that 24 could probably go to about one lap 165. He said, well, then we can go to 165 and a half. They have a very fast race car. Elliott just came on the radio, said, I think we're faster than the 88. If we can just get past him, we can have a shot at Gordon.
But nobody's going to give up second spot.
No.
I mean, just because your teammate might be a little bit faster, let him go on.
But BP, you always say that about your teammate.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm faster than you. Just get by.
It's a teammate thing.
Let me go.
It's a teammate thing, huh?
Then I think I got a shot of winning.
They stopped with 35 to go, and they've had 12 laps of caution. I would think there's a little margin there to give everybody some small comfort. Jeff Gordon trying to win a fourth Brickyard 400. Remember the first one? 1994, August 6th. 23 years, 2 days old. Jeff Gordon winning the first non-Indy 500 auto race held here. Did it again just a couple of years later.
See, that ends on the caution flag.
1998. And then in 2001, Gordon becoming the first three-time winner of the Brickyard 400. By then, the tradition of kissing the bricks had been started by Dale Jarrett. And Gordon puckered up. Imagine, think about this now, the concept here. We're working hard all day long, spending thousands and thousands of dollars, and I want to go kiss a brick that's all covered in oil and rubber and gasoline and...
The best brick you'll ever kiss.
I guarantee. Jeff, a three-time Brickyard 400 winner. The man chasing him, Dale Jarrett, has visited victory lane here twice. 1996 was the first of them. Jarrett winning that race under the caution flag. At the end of the day, turning into victory lane and then creating the spontaneous Kiss the Bricks celebration that day. And then a couple of years later, 1999. Dale doubling his fun here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, telling us earlier today his 2 wins here, 2 of the most significant things that have ever happened to propel his NASCAR career forward.
This is going to be 1 lap beyond the distance. This is going to be 161 laps. And that, I think, is important because if he had thrown the green flag last lap and the caution flag were to come out, then they could go to 164, 165. Now, race is going to be over. Once they get the green flag and come back around, it's going to be over.
Right. And just keep in mind, under these rules, once the leader has taken the white flag, if the caution comes out, race over, field frozen, done.
But right now, if they take the green, there's a caution flag on the first lap, they could extend it because we haven't gotten to that 160. So, yeah.
Carol Bickford, Jeff Gordon's mother, looking on.
And John, his stepdad, who's been so instrumental in Jeff's success in auto racing.
John standing right behind.
She looks very nervous. He looks pretty cool.
Well, he's been in this position with Jeff many times before.
How many thousands of races do you think he's been at with Jeff over the years? Well, here it is.
Yep.
Fans on their feet still.
And all these guys got to make good restarts. This is your last shot.
Jeff Gordon spent much of his late childhood years in Pittsboro, Indiana, not far from this racetrack, running open-wheel cars, making his career before his career took a turn towards NASCAR. This racetrack, one of those he very much considers a home speedway. The crowd here very much Jeff Gordon partisans. He and Dale Jarrett going to try and settle the Brickyard 400 over a 2-lap sprint.
88 looked like he was laying back there at first.
He was, and I think Jeff kind of didn't start when he was supposed to, so he'd take that advantage away. There's Junior driving to the inside of the 9 of Casey Kane. He got a great restart to Junior, but now, did Jarrett get that start? Looks like Jeff Gordon, once again, got a terrific restart.
Casey Mears on pit road, flat left front tire at this restart. some blocking going on there.
Big time blocking.
Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart. That's for 6th place. Not often you see somebody all the way down at the white line on the backstretch here at Indy.
White flag this time. Just one more lap for Dale Jarrett to catch him.
24 just pulls out.
Dominant car all day. Now 1 lap away from a Brickyard 400 win. Jeff Gordon takes the white flag.
Now Elliott is going to do everything he can to make a move on the 88.
Who's off the pace? That's Ricky Rudd. Ricky Rudd with a right front problem. So far, green flag remains out. And they'll race the final half lap back to the checkered flag.
Look at all the blocking going on back there. Who's that blowing up?
Somebody's blowing up in the back. I believe it was.
It is Mark Martin.
Not again.
Elliott Sadler trying his teammate for second. That's all it's going to be, is for second spot. Caution flag is out. The race is over. Jeff Gordon wins the Brickyard 400 for a 4th time. A dominating performance today by Gordon.
Doing it, guys. You guys are awesome. Great job, driver. Great engines, Ken House, everybody. Awesome job. Thanks, Rick.
Robbie Loomis congratulating his team. Jeff Gordon led.
Buddy, we do it together. We're all the man on this team. I'm telling you what, Hendrick Motorsports is so awesome. Thank you, guys.
As Rick Hendrick talking to Jeff. Jeff Gordon led 124 of the 160 laps today. He turned 33 on Wednesday. Happy birthday. Marty?
Well, Robbie Loomis, this is the big one. You won the Brickyard 400. How does it feel?
It's incredible. First of all, I got to tell you what, I got to thank God. This one's for Pop. I know he's watching over us. We hit the debris down there. We needed a caution lap 124. The way everything worked out today, I can't say enough about Hendrick Motorsports and the job that everyone does. The engines were incredible. Ken Howes, Randy Dorton, Rex Stump. I could go on, but hello to Mary Hendrick at home, Rick's mom. I know she's at home, and hopefully everybody's feeling better, but just a great day for DuPont Chevrolet. We're really glad to be in Victory Lane.
I talked to Jeff this morning. He said he didn't think the car was that good. What did you guys do to this thing to make it that dominating?
Well, we didn't sleep last night. I tell you, Brian Whites and myself, we looked through the notes, and Joe, just such a team effort. Steve Letard, I could go on and on about these guys. It's just an incredible day. Just got to keep digging. Yesterday, the first practice, I was really sick. The car was terrible. We about weren't talking. It was so bad. Worked on it, got better and better. Right now, I'm going to kiss those bricks.
There you go. He's got a date with some mortar. He's going to go kiss some bricks.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. also had problems on the last lap, along with Mark Martin. Both of them lost finishing positions. Jeff Gordon, all his way today. He stops on the yard of bricks, and he's climbing out of the car to salute the hometown fans. Listen to the crowd. "17 laps to go at the Brickyard."
Jeff Gordon's really going to have to take the lead from Casey Kane, because if he doesn't, he's probably going back to at least 30.
He did it!
And we pointed out early on, they've had a lot of very good races, but just find ways not to win once again today.
Hold it there, bud.
He's in the last lap. And as we look out the window across at the grandstands, all the fans that are here at the Speedway today are now on their feet, watching to see if Jeff Gordon comes back around to take another checkered flag. Final quarters. He won the first one in 1994. 20 years later, he wins the 21st. Checkered flag in the Brickyard 400 to Jeff Gordon.
Jeff 400! Yeah, buddy. Great phone calls over. You on the best.